Good morning. Students, family, friends, faculty, and distinguished guests. Welcome to Northeastern State University's Spring 2014 Commencement for the College of Education and the Oklahoma College of Optometry. My name is Pamela Fly, and I serve as Acting Vice President of Academic Affairs. Please remain standing for the National Anthem, sung by Hanson Johnson, NSU student, accompanied by the NSU Brass Quintet, consisting of Dylan Peters, trumpet, Cameron Parmain, trumpet, Joshua Shoemaker, horn, Zachary Gunkel, trombone, and Lauren Stanfield, tuba. Miss Jamie Combs will serve as our interpreter for this ceremony.
See by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. It is now my honor to introduce Northeastern State University's 19th president, Dr. Steve Turner, who will extend his greetings. President Turner.
Good morning. What a collage of color. If you could see what we see, spring is alive and well. I am so honored to welcome you to a historic event in the life of our institution. These ceremonies, the one last night and two today, are the first ever spring commencement ceremonies in this new event center, and the first time in many, many years that we did not limit the number of family that each of our graduates could invite. So congratulations and welcome. I'd like for all of the degree candidates to stand for a second. Can you hear me okay? It's not in your script, I know. Now I want you to find your loved ones in the audience and point to them. You did not get here on your own. There was a mom, a dad, a brother, a husband. Now you thank them for what they did. Thank you. Can be seated. This is a special weekend, and certainly I am mindful. A few years ago, I lost my mother 4 days after her 67th birthday. Have fond memories and love for her and what she did. I would not be here without the love of a mother. At this time, I'd ask all the moms in this facility to stand, and let's recognize you as a group. And let me say to you, Happy Mother's Day, moms. Northeastern State University is proud to be recognized as a veteran-friendly campus. If you are serving in the armed forces in any branch or have served, would you stand at this time and let us recognize and thank you for your service, all of the veterans. I have one other introduction I'll make before I come back and introduce our special speaker. I would like to introduce my wife, Penny, over here to my left. Penny, we're glad you're here. Before I take my seat, I would like to personally thank the faculty for what you have done to prepare these degree candidates for life. You've certainly given them the tools, the knowledge to be successful in a career, but I think you're also protecting democracy and you're creating great citizens. So thank you very much.
At this time, I would like to take a moment to introduce some members of the platform party and those who have logistical roles in the ceremony. Others will be introduced later. When I call your name, please stand, and I ask the audience to hold their applause until all have been introduced. Ms. Patty Buell, Director of Public Safety, representing NSU's Operations Division. Dr. Pamela Hathorn, Dean, College of Science and Health Professions. Mr. David Kane, Vice President for Business and Finance. Mr. Ben Hardcastle, Executive Director, University Relations. Dr. Cheryl Vandenhandel, President of the Faculty Council. Dr. Sally Armstrong is our mace bearer. Dr. Vanessa Anton will assist with the College of Education diploma distribution. Dr. Lewis White, Dr. Stan Sanders, and Dr. Spencer Johnson will read names for this ceremony. As President Turner said just a moment ago, our faculty truly are the heart of an institution. And so at this time, I would like to recognize members of our faculty from the College of Education and the College of Optometry. Students, these faculty are here to share this moment with you. Our faculty bring NSU statewide, regional, national, and international recognition. Most importantly, they care about you, our students. Please join me, students and audience, in expressing our appreciation to the outstanding NSU faculty. Faculty, would you please stand? Thank you. Please be seated.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Laura Boren. I serve as the Vice President for Student Affairs. At this time, we wish to recognize outstanding students at Northeastern State University. The first group includes our student marshals, members of the Riverhawk Ambassadors, a service organization representing the university in events throughout the year. Would the Riverhawk Ambassadors please stand? Recognizing students who perform to the highest academic standards and serve the community, the Awards Committee of the Northeastern State University Alumni Association has identified 18 outstanding seniors. Honorees from the College of Education are asked to stand as I call your name. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Jessica Bresky from Broken Arrow, Special Education major. Austin Phelps, Broken Arrow, Elementary Education major. Austin was also recognized as a Jack Kaufman Senior of Distinction. Amanda Jefferson, Broken Arrow, Special Education major. Congratulations to our outstanding seniors. Austin Phelps, will you make your way to the right side of the stage, please? Established in 1974, the President's Leadership Class is a unique leadership and scholarship program designed to cultivate outstanding potential in proven student leaders. During their time at Northeastern, these students are immersed in a program focused on development of leadership skills and civic engagement. During this ceremony, we recognize Austin, an elementary education major from Broken Arrow. Please come forward and accept your certificate from President Turner. Congratulations, Austin, and congratulations, graduates.
Will members of the University Honors Program make your way to the right side of the stage? Established in 2001 and directed by Dr. Karen Carey, the NSU Honors Program features a learning environment where students work with faculty members and peers in courses focused on independent research and participation in co-curricular cultural experiences. Students in the honors program must maintain a 3.25 grade point average or above and complete a senior research project. As I call your name, please come forward to receive your honors medallion from President Turner. Amanda Christine Jesperson is a double major in special education and musical arts from Broken Arrow. Amanda's study was entitled The Effect of Music on the Learning of Children Diagnosed with Autism Spectrum Disorders. Her faculty members were Dr. Renee Cambiano and Dr. Lisa Trichler. Laura Denise Myers is from Wilburton, Oklahoma, and is an elementary education major. Her research project was in the sciences and is entitled Intrasexual Aggressive Behavior in the Little Brown Skink Lizard. Dr. Mark Paulison served as Laura's mentor. Brianna Shamblin completed a study entitled I Am, Therefore I Play. Brianna is a psychology major from Miami, Oklahoma, and Beth Bowen was her faculty mentor. Congratulations to our honors program graduates. At this time, I'd like to recognize members of the National Honor Society, Alpha Chi. These are students in the upper 10% of their junior-senior class and have at least a 3.65 grade point average. Alpha Chi members can be recognized by the gold cords placed over their shoulders. Would all Alpha Chi members please stand? Anyone? Oh, there we go. The names of the 2014 honor graduates and the grade point average qualifications for undergraduate honors and master's degree honors are in your program. These students will be recognized individually as they receive their diplomas. Please join me in recognizing our graduates whose grade point averages qualify them for cum laude, magna cum laude, summa cum laude, and graduate student honors. Will all honors graduates please stand? Thank you. It is a pleasure pleasure to introduce our student speaker for today's commencement, Ms. Lisbeth Alvarez, a graduating major in elementary education. Lisbeth was a member of NSU's Teaching and Urban Reform Network experience. She is from Broken Arrow and was selected by the college to speak after participating in a rigorous review process. Please join me in welcoming Lisbeth Alvarez.
Thank you, Dr. Fly. I'd like to begin by congratulating each and every one of you for making it to the finish line. Only you know how difficult this race has been. Everything from the sleepless nights spent studying, followed by mornings where there was not enough coffee in the world to keep us all awake, to the financial and emotional burdens we put ourselves and our families through. Many of us gave up so much to pursue our dreams of changing the world. And what profession could be more powerful to help us achieve this dream than education? We have given up our social lives, time with our families, and sometimes even our sanity. However, all this has been worth it because you've made it this far. As you begin the journey in your career, I want you to think of all the lives you will be impacting. I know we hear about making an impact a lot, and our instructors are correct. We will make a difference, and who better to know this than me? Let me tell you a little about myself so you can understand why I strongly believe that everything you do with and say to your students will matter tremendously. I come from a single-parent home. My mother was very poor and didn't have the opportunity to pursue an education. My mother barely completed middle school, and due to the lack of education, we always struggled with our finances. It was always very difficult for her to find a job that would provide the basic needs for my younger brothers and me. I remember living with friends and family because we could not afford a place of our own. Living in these conditions was hard, and I began to rebel. I had lost hope. My frustration began to show in my classrooms, and I could tell that many of my teachers were also frustrated. And although I knew I wasn't a star student, all I really wanted was for someone to show me that they cared. It was very hard for me to be the undesirable student after being an honor student in my younger years. One day I walked into my 7th grade history classroom, and quite frankly, I can't even remember what the lesson was about. But something my teacher said that day really stayed with me. He said, "You must be the change you wish to see in the world." And of course, I now know that it was Gandhi who said this originally, but I realized at that moment that I had to change my attitude if I wanted my teachers and peers to see me differently. As time passed, I went on to high school, and my school experience improved with my attitude change. I remember wanting to join sports and doing many things, but could never afford it. I worked, but I simply didn't make enough to fulfill my many dreams. I also dreamed of being the first to go to college and helping my family, but the closer I got to graduating from high school, the more difficult it seemed. At some point, I lost all faith in ever being able to pursue an education. Then in my junior year of high school, I came across a wonderful teacher who slowly helped me regain hope and confidence in myself. She challenged me and let me know that no matter what anyone said, she believed in me and pushed me to pursue my dreams. She didn't see me as that kid who wouldn't amount to anything because of my situation. She would always tell me, "Your daughter deserves the very best." And this has been ringing in my head ever since. Every time I want to give up, or when I'm afraid, I think, my daughter deserves the very best. And I get up with that mindset that I have to do more than just good because she is watching my every move. I decided that just like this teacher inspired me to change my life, I too wanted to become an inspiration and change the lives of many others. I decided to teach. I joined the TERP program at NSU, and it was the best decision I could have made. Dr. Watson and Dr. Payne showed us what it was like to teach in an urban setting. Of course, the experience was nothing new to me since I grew up in urban schools, but I was now able to see it from a teacher's perspective. From the very first day, I began to build relationships with the students and was able to relate to many of their struggles. The experience helped me value NSU even more because I realized that they truly had a commitment of training the best educators in order that all students receive the education they deserve. It made me more committed than ever to become a great teacher so that my future students could have access to a quality education. And thanks to Northeastern State University, I'm now closer than ever to fulfilling my dreams of becoming an educator. From day one, NSU welcomed me with open arms, and I knew as soon as I walked through the doors that I was in the right place. I later confirmed it during my internships. I would constantly hear we love NSU students and NSU is the best when it comes to preparing future teachers, and simply saying that I was an NSU student has opened many doors. I'll definitely miss the nurturing and welcoming environment of NSU, but I will mostly miss my amazing instructors, and I truly hope to one day be as amazing as they are. I especially want to thank Dr. Watson, Dr. Parrott, Dr. Wilson, and Dr. Sargent. Thank you so much for everything you do. I also want to take the time to thank the people who make it possible for me to be here today. I'd like to thank God, because I truly would not have made it this far without him. He definitely let me know very early on that teaching was my calling and made the way for me to be able to fulfill my dream. I also want to thank my wonderful husband and my beautiful baby girl for being my motivation and strength all these years. Los amo, mis amores, y este logro es tan suyo como mío. Gracias por tanto amor y paciencia. Many of you have similar stories which only demonstrate that what you would do or say to your future students will be extremely powerful. This is a huge responsibility, but I'm sure that we're all up for the challenge. And I know many of you won't remember me or the things I say today, but if there's one thing I want you to remember from all this, is that if you love, care, support, and have faith in your students, they will jump through fire and become the bright, shining stars you want them to be. I wanted my teacher to know that her support meant the world to me, and that I wasn't going to disappoint her. And here I am today, talking about her to all of you and on my way to becoming a teacher. NSU's motto is gather here, go far. I think we can all agree that we have come very far thanks to our dedication, focus, and hard work, but also thanks to the wonderful support and guidance from the NSU staff. I'm definitely proud to say I'm a Riverhawk, and I'm also proud to represent this wonderful university. So now it's your turn. It's your turn to become someone's inspiration. It's your turn to change the world one life at a time. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for those comments. We appreciate you being a Riverhawk. It's my honor to introduce our guest speaker today. Oklahoma elected Todd Lamb as Lieutenant Governor on November 2nd, 2010. With a campaign focused on job growth and economic development, Lieutenant Governor Lamb achieved an overwhelming victory and quickly began putting forward his thinking ideas and agenda in place. Soon after the election, he was appointed to the governor's cabinet as an advocate for Oklahoma small business. An Enid native, he spent many years in public service to his state and nation. He served in the Keating administration and worked on the staff of United States Senator Don Nichols. He also became a special agent with the United States Secret Service, where he was elected president of his Secret Service Academy class and graduated with special recognition. His duties included domestic and international protection assignments during the Clinton and George W. Bush administrations. Lieutenant Governor Todd Lamb was elected to his first term in the Oklahoma Senate in 2004 and re-elected without opposition in 2008. While in the Senate, he fought for government reform and measures that improved Oklahoma's economy. In 2009, he became the first Republican majority floor leader in state history. Lieutenant Governor Lamb currently serves as the chair of the National Lieutenant Governors Association, Executive Committee, and Vice Chair of the Aerospace States Association. He has worked in the private sector as a landman in Oklahoma's energy industry. Todd Lamb and his wife Monica have been married 18 years and have 2 children, Griffin and Lauren. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to introduce the Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Oklahoma and a friend to NSU, Mr. Todd Lamb.
Thank you, President Turner, members and faculty of the Board of Regents, parents and guests, and of course the graduates of 2014. It is a special honor to be your commencement speaker today, but it is not lost on me. The role of commencement speaker is very similar to being the corpse at a funeral. You are a key part of the ceremony, but nobody expects you to talk very much. Before I get into my brief formal remarks, I do want to make a comment to the graduates of the College of Education. My maternal grandmother was a classroom teacher. My grandfather was a classroom teacher. My other grandfather was a janitor in common education. My father started his career as an educator and a high school football coach. Thank you for what you are willing to do and the difference, as Elizabeth so eloquently said, the difference you will make in the lives of so many that oftentimes will be immeasurable. To the graduates of the College of Optometry, being an Enid boy, my mother's from Billings, my father was born in Canute, my wife was born in Ada. I'm not an urban guy. To the graduates of the College of Optometry, thank you for choosing a profession. And oftentimes, those before you and many in this class will go and work and serve in communities in rural Oklahoma that will not have health care that you provide if you were not there to provide it. Thank you for what you do, both graduates of both colleges. "18 years ago, I sat where you are. Before that, I graduated from high school. A few years later, I went through another commencement as a new agent graduating from the United States Secret Service Academy. And later still, I graduated from law school. If you're counting, that's 4 graduations I've been through. I've got a secret to share with you. I don't remember one thing any of those commencement speakers said to me, and I don't have a clue who gave those speeches. Too often, commencement speakers talk in big generalities, so it's hardly surprising that new graduates have other things on their minds. My goal today is to attempt to make my remarks a little different and hopefully a little more practical. There's one central message I want to leave with you today. You are graduating at the perfect time. I know we've heard about recessions and brain drain and how too many Oklahoma graduates have gone to Dallas or Los Angeles to find work. Our best and brightest too often leave, some say. Ladies and gentlemen, those days are over. This is the perfect time to be a new graduate from Oklahoma School. This is the perfect time to be a graduate of Northeastern State University. Oklahoma is on the cusp of a renaissance. We are no longer just a place to be from. We are becoming a great place to stay and thrive and prosper. Congratulations on this achievement. You've already improved your lot. College graduates, based on studies, earn more, achieve more, do more. We also know that learning is absolutely essential to boosting our state's economy. 90% of the jobs in the global economy require college degrees. I can remember traveling all over the country and the world when I was a Secret Service agent. People would ask where I was from. When I said Oklahoma, I was amazed at how many people had very little knowledge about our state. And what they did know was a false perception of a previous era. Oklahoma is a tough state. The Renaissance before us was birthed by overcoming various challenges. We are a new state born from old adversities. For our first 100 years as a state, we seem to be afflicted with many of those challenges. We had the Dust Bowl, we had oil busts, tornadoes, and floods. The response from some became an exodus. Too many people going elsewhere to pursue their dreams because they believed those dreams would not come true here at home. Sadly, some of them may have been right. Our state government and some of our other institutions seem more interested in settling for mediocrity. We watched the Okies travel west in the 30s, and too many of our young people headed south in the 70s and the 80s. But under the surface, something was brewing, stirring, happening. When the last oil bust came, we didn't sulk. We set out to diversify in new industries like aviation and biotechnologies, just to name a few. And let's remember that our great colleges and universities have played a central role in those efforts. From our challenges, we have rebuilt cities and towns. We have launched new industries. We are sending more and more young people to college than ever before. We no longer settle for just good enough in Oklahoma. Today, our state is rapidly becoming a state of excellence, a place to head for, not just a place to be from. When I was seeking this office 4 years ago, I said that it was time for Oklahoma to beat Texas in something besides football. But the goal is clear. A state can't call itself truly great until it defeats friendly competition in every category, not just athletics. Today we have an NBA franchise, a rebirth in the oil and natural gas industry, thriving medical centers, new investments from companies like Boeing, Google, and others, all examples of a new vision, a new opportunity, a new state. At the Capitol, we are proposing and passing legislation that says Oklahoma is open for business. That's crucial. Maximum economic liberty creates opportunity, and opportunity leads to real growth and the creation of prosperity, as does a serious effort to attract new jobs and investments. I can tell you that Governor Fallin and I are determined to sell Oklahoma nationwide and worldwide. And one of the strongest sales points we have is sitting right here in front of me in cap and gown. The bright, energetic, gifted, and eager graduates of Northeastern State University. That is why I said it is the perfect time to be a new graduate in Oklahoma. Maybe your parents got their diplomas in the 80s. Many were forced to other states to find employment. Your grandparents probably remember the 60s, an era of turmoil and less opportunities. Your great-grandparents, for many of you, had to take time out for World War II and the Depression. Because of sacrifice, many never got near a college campus, and their parents were busy settling a new territory. That was then, and this is now. 2014 is different. A different time, a different state, and most of all, a different view of the present and the future. Graduates, your time is now, and your place is right here in Oklahoma. Do not leave. Stay here. Use your education here. Use your training here. Use your life experience here. Use your contacts here. Use your networking skills here. Do not leave Oklahoma. If you plan on leaving, hurry back for two reasons. One, I don't want you to miss out on the opportunity we now call Oklahoma. Two, Oklahoma needs you. For our state to remain successful and continue this cusp of this renaissance and this trajectory we are now on, we must have our best and brightest remain in Oklahoma. So my message to you today is optimistic. The message is opportunity. And I hope it is one that you remember far better than the commencement speeches I heard and forgot years ago. I promise you today, as you accept your degrees, that those of us in leadership positions in business and government, education, in this community and so many others sprinkled throughout Oklahoma, are working as never before to help all Oklahomans achieve their dreams right here at home. Whether you're from the College of Education, the College of Optometry, from Tahlequah, not from Tahlequah, we're all Oklahomans. We have one jersey that we wear, the jersey of Oklahoma. It's a team effort. With the graduates before me, the family and friends that are gathered in this arena, the educators you've spent so much time with, those on the platform, and those all throughout our state. Together, with your help, if you stay, remain, and hurry back, together, we can make the best thing in Texas, I-35 North. Thank you, and congratulations to all the graduates. It's been an honor for this old Okie to be part of your celebration. Congratulations.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. Students, it's time to present candidates for the baccalaureate, master's, and doctoral degrees. Each candidate will be recognized on stage and receive a diploma cover. Master's and doctoral candidates will also receive a hood symbolizing their professional field. After all candidates are recognized on stage, President Turner will confer degrees. The dean of each college will present the candidates and will be assisted in the diploma distribution by the associate dean.
Good morning. I'm Debbie Landry, Dean of the College of Education. President Turner, I am pleased to present these candidates from the College of Education upon whom the baccalaureate degree will be conferred. Education baccalaureate candidates, please come forward.
Dwayne Terrian.
Bethany Ann Glenn, summa cum laude.
Joshua Robert Thornton.
Katie Nicole Carricker, cum laude.
Danielle Marie Huval.
Lindsay Page Lofton.
Genevieve Nero.
Brianna Lynn Shamlin, summa cum laude.
Apollonia Horde.
Morgan Harris, magna cum laude.
Chastity Radonovich.
Renee Janine Vaquero.
Brooke Hudson.
Caleb Seth Vinson, cum laude.
Hannah Newkirk.
Sarah Christine Wallace, summa cum laude.
Paige Nicole Morrow.
Jessica Danielle Bresky, cum laude.
Lauren Michelle Fort.
Stephanie Cameron, magna cum laude.
Henry Phillips.
Abby Sue Filippo.
Lisa Marie Sarton, cum laude.
Jordan Dion Tony.
Emily Owens.
Casey Marie Long, cum laude.
Lauren Gilstrap.
Patricia Claire Gillen, summa cum laude.
Joanna Marie Vincent.
Jenny Marie Horton, cum laude.
Nikki Rogers, cum laude.
Sarah Nicole Workman.
Jacqueline Helena Madding.
Savannah McKnight, summa cum laude.
Stevie Derenwater Moore.
Dina Leanne Pace, summa cum laude.
Megan Lucille Lynch.
Braden Alexander Gibbs, cum laude.
Shayla Brianne Stewart.
Megan Lynn Watson.
Austin Marie Fulps, magna cum laude.
Alex McHenry Stone.
Brady Leanne Ham, magna cum laude.
Thomas Van.
Rebecca Ann Perry, magna cum laude.
Melanie Dawn Northcutt.
Tatiana Elizabeth Sturdy, cum laude.
Cassandra Lynn Peck.
Laura Denise Myers, summa cum laude.
Aaron David Hobbs.
Lindsay Brooke Lee.
Casper Ryan Petty.
Paige Michelle Van.
Stephanie, Seth Daniel Burgess.
Jillian Elise Zen.
Ryan Clayton Nolan.
Emily Marie Mooney.
Emily Jane Pasley.
Veronica Clyburn.
Rachel Brianne Hires, summa cum laude.
Sarah Downey, cum laude.
Jacob Brian Lovely.
Jordan Nicole Cochran, cum laude.
Edgar Gonzaga.
Casey Lynn Rawls, magna cum laude.
Corey William Park.
Mackenzie Joy Maben.
Nicholas Aaron Whitlow, cum laude.
Gabrielle Jean Garrison.
Danielle Whitehorn.
Mandy Dawn Lovelady, magna cum laude.
Renee Jose Corral.
Mindy Kuhn Barnett.
Brooklyn Alley Yahola.
Stephanie Leanne Boatman, cum laude.
Sabrina Leanne Prater, cum laude.
Jamie Joe Jackson, summa cum laude.
Jose Alberto Valencia.
Kara Lee Meredith.
Leslie Diane Gibson.
Evan Michelle Wright Young.
Bobby Pointer.
Alyssa Dawn Goad, summa cum laude.
Jermaine Sherman.
Weston Sean Cox.
Jonathan Constantian Augustin Soleil.
Robin Renee Gingrich, cum laude.
Charles Franklin Petty.
Tina Michelle Ivy. Joey K. Smith.
Bianca Shea Melhorn.
Joey K. Smith, summa cum laude.
Colleen Stacy Don Glass, cum laude. Morgan Hitchcock, summa cum laude. Susan Bryant, magna cum laude. Amanda Christine Jefferson, summa cum laude. Arizona Chin, cum laude. Kendall Rose Millar. David Vincent Weber IV. Gregory P. Diaville II.
Please help me acknowledge the bachelor's degree candidates from the College of Education.
I'm Tom Jackson, Assistant Vice President of Academic Affairs and Dean of Graduate Studies and Research. President Turner, I am pleased to present these candidates from the College of Graduate Studies upon whom the master's degree will be conferred. Candidates from the College of Education will proceed to both sides of the platform where they will be hooded by their dean or associate dean and their faculty mentor. Master's degree candidates in the College of Education, please come forward.
James Lewis Rapp.
Jonathan David Milwee.
Mary Ellen Thomas, Master's Honor Graduate.
Timothy Paul Harold.
Shelby Lane Cates.
Keith Stanley Head.
Melissa Ann Hodges.
Devin Faye Summerfield.
Vicky Sue Filippo.
Travis Jansen.
Sherika Marie Ross.
William Todd Skins.
Chelsea Elaine Brown.
Shannon Ray Slayton, honors.
Miriam Rachel Thompson Lee.
Tony Nicole Trim.
Elsie Rose Whitehorn.
Jamie Lou Dry, honors.
Eric James Marshall. Master's honors.
Kenneth Ray Trinidad.
Patricia Ann Goldman.
Kia Elizabeth Rapp. Todd Peck. Jacqueline Deanne Anderson. Ronnie Sands.
Please help me acknowledge the master's degree candidates from the College of Education.
Good morning. I'm Doug Peniston, Dean of the Oklahoma College of Optometry. President Turner, I am pleased to present to you these candidates from the Oklahoma College of Optometry upon whom the doctoral degree will be conferred. Hooding the graduates will be Dr. Jeff Miller and Dr. Nathan Lighthizer. Will the optometry doctoral candidates please come forward to the right side of the stage?
Dr. Leslie Ann Faulkner. Dr. Rachel Catherine Meyer-Borrell. Dr. Kelly Jo McLean. Dr. Molly Jo Golden. Dr. Casey Lugene Wright. Dr. Amanda Nicole Herrera. Dr. Jody Ann Bowler. Dr. Jamie Nicole Rodriguez. Dr. Amy Dang. Dr. Charles Anthony Gallegos. Dr. Shabri Nicole Nichols. Dr. David Andrew Hackett. Dr. John Byron Johnson. Dr. Anthony Stephen Batiste. Dr. Cassie Nicole Baker. Dr. Courtney Adele Bloodgood. Dr. Allie Michelle Fries. Dr. Molly Jean Tebow. Dr. Lauren Elizabeth Claiborne. Dr. Blake J. Carlisle. Dr. Chadwick Kyle Branch. Dr. Benjamin Tyler Lynch. Dr. Lucas Trent Ott. Dr. Drew Michael Heidi. Dr. Jason Tyler Dobson.
Please help me recognize the doctoral degree candidates from the Oklahoma College of Optometry. Congratulations.
Students, it is time for the conferring of degrees. Will all baccalaureate, master's, and doctoral candidates please rise? President Turner, pending the results of a final degree audit, I certify the candidates standing before you have completed all requirements for the baccalaureate, master's, and doctoral degrees respectively, and I recommend that the degree to which they are individually entitled be conferred.
Thank you, Dr. Fly. Consistent with the statutes of the state of Oklahoma, the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education, and the Board of Regents of the Regional University System of Oklahoma, and by the authority vested in me by the state of Oklahoma, it is my pleasure to confer upon each of you the baccalaureate, master's, or doctoral degree printed in the program with all the rights, ranks, privileges, and responsibilities such a degree carries among scholars. Graduates, there is a tradition in higher education that signifies the passage from being a student and candidate for graduation to becoming a graduate. At this time, please move your tassels from the right side to the left side. Please be seated.
Graduates, as you know, Northeastern State University has a long history of service to Oklahoma. Our alumni have accomplished great things in their professional and personal lives. Today, you are joining this distinguished group, and we are your partner as you begin this chapter in your life. Here to explain the benefits of membership in the Alumni Association is Mr. Daniel Johnson, Director of NSU Alumni Relations. Mr. Johnson.
On behalf of the NSU Alumni Association's Board of Directors, It gives me great pleasure to welcome you for the first time to the Green and White Network of Northeastern State University. The Green and White Network is how we refer to our community of some 55,000 plus living alumni who all share one very important thing in common. That's a lasting connection to NSU. When you found your way to your seat, the seat that you've been sitting in now for the last hour and 15 minutes, you received one of these. This was waiting for you. This is the official NSU alumni pin, your official NSU alumni pin. If you haven't already, take a moment and put it on. You know why? Because you are now graduates of NSU. The Alumni Association is all about connections, and becoming a member of the Alumni Association is the most meaningful way to show that connection. It's how we keep you connected with NSU and with each other. We do this by offering a broad range of programs, services, communications, and other networking opportunities. And I encourage you to consider joining the Alumni Association and taking full advantage of all of the benefits and perks that come with it, as well as enjoying that sense of pride that comes from being a member. Earlier, Lieutenant Governor Lamb said, Oklahoma needs you. Guess what? NSU also needs you. NSU needs you to stay connected. This institution thrives in no small part because of the invested alumni community that it has. We see this when our alumni come back and serve as mentors to the students. We see this when our alumni serve as members of advisory boards for the colleges. And we see this when they hire interns or perhaps new graduates like yourselves. And we certainly see it when the alumni community steps up to support the many needs for scholarships and other funding, privately funded projects. You are now a part of this connected community, and as our newest alumni, you become our greatest spokespeople. Once you've left here, after you go about pursuing your life at NSU, you're going to have the opportunity to give back. Perhaps it'll be you that's serving as the mentor. Perhaps it'll be you that's opening the career doors for future graduates. And as alumni, you serve as our best recruiters now. I'm sure there are a number of alumni in the audience this morning that played a role in getting you here to Northeastern. And if I can take a quick liberty, I'd like to recognize that group. So audience, if you attended Northeastern or graduated prior to today, would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Graduates, great things can happen when you stay connected with NSU and with each other. The relationships you have developed in your time here will hopefully be long, lasting, and meaningful. I welcome you once again to the Green and White Network. And as you leave here, whether your path takes you down the road to Stillwell or way up north to Fort Erie in Ontario, Canada, rest assured you will always have a place here at NSU. This is your home. I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. As we come to the close of the ceremony, please listen carefully to these procedures to facilitate a safe and smooth exit from the arena. In just a moment, we will ask you to stand and join in the singing of the NSU Alma Mater, sung by Hanson Johnson, NSU student, and accompanied by the NSU Brass Quintet. Following the Alma Mater, please remain standing for the recessional. After the platform party has recessed, graduates are dismissed to meet guests on the upper concourse in the lobby area or outside. We ask audience members who are physically able to depart via the upper concourse exits to avoid bottlenecks on the arena floor and to allow us to prepare for the afternoon ceremony. Now I will ask you to please stand for the Alma Mater.
courage and freedom, with truth you gladly give. Roots from the